Not y'all is having a blessed and humble day. Just gotta make Yeah, something's wrong with my mic. All right, I'm hoping y'all can hear me. I'm not sure. Yeah, something's wrong with my mic. I'm not sure. All right, let's get this Jones started. Hey, what up, everybody? This is Shorty Racheal. I want to welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast. Hey, let's talk about it. There's some new updates on Trump. I want to give a shout out to Nisi Social. All right, so she has an update on Trump. I didn't want to read the articles, and she seems to have everything really put together, right? So we're going to hear Trump's new update if y'all haven't heard it. All right, so Nisi says apparently things are getting worse. So basically, what she did, she put a whole bunch of articles. That's what I was gonna do, but I don't got time to do that. So shout out to Nisi Social. If y'all haven't subbed up to her, if y'all wish to sub up to her after y'all listen to what she says and what she has put together. Hey, this is her channel right here. Make sure y'all check her out. But let's start. Let's play the video. Let's listen to what she's got to say. I don't know. I know a lot of y'all know what happened to Trump, his attempted assassination, and much more. Um, People know how. Like if y'all look at the lives that I did previously, y'all know how I feel. It's crazy that out of all three theories, was it real? Was it fake? Like if it was fake, why did this happen? Like if it was a setup, like why, what happened, boom, boom. Like on the first two lives, y'all will hear me give my opinion and my perspective. And it's crazy that it's starting to really seem like it's a setup. Um, would y'all say that right now you can consider Donald Trump a whistleblower? I mean, I don't know. That's kind of one of my opinions, one of my perspectives, one of the conclusions. Let's put it like that. That I've come up with. Like he has spoken enough. I mean, a lot, and he said a lot of stuff that they didn't want him to say. Like, and for years, they've been saying that they predicted his death when he comes president and much more. So prayers go out to him, his family. Um, like I said before, I didn't want to speak on the situation really until I got more info. I gave a little bit of my opinion and showed some videos and stuff like that. But now I can speak a little more now that things are surfacing. But let's listen to Nisi real quick, and then I'll give my perspective. And yes, I do have to, pause it here and there. It's not my video. Shout out to Nisi for bringing the exclusive.
About 30 hours reading articles, watching footage from the event, watching news. So I spent about 30 hours reading articles, watching footage from the event, watching news reports, reading updates. And the more information I read, the more inconsistencies I found. All of the evidence has persuaded me that this was an inside job, and I know I'm not the only one who feels this way.
It's astounding.
Yo, you're not the only one that feels that way, Nisi, because when this first happened, yo, I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, is this fake? Because of the way the whatever they was, the Secret Service and all of them was reacting, behaving, how, listen, everything just seems so crazy. But then I sat here and I thought, I was like, yo, could this be a setup? Because I'm like, yo, could the left side have sat here and set Trump up? Could it have been people, from inside where he was at? Because, he said a lot. I mean, this can go so many ways. So, yep, I'm not the only one that thought that this shit was a setup. But, this is YouTube. This is social media. I had to sit here and give more than one of the theories that I had in my head. I couldn't just throw one out there because then people will be like, oh, no, da. No, I'm going to let y'all know this is what I think and this is how I feel. I feel as though, like, if it's not fake, it could have been a setup. And if it wasn't a setup, then somebody really just wanted to assassinate the president. So you got two theories that went towards, yeah, this was real. And then one theory whereas in This looks so fake. And that's how it really did look.
One who feels this way.
It's astounding, Christo. I'll be honest with you. There is something a little bit fishy about the situation.
The reason it's called the Pac-Man perimeter is because that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like Pac-Man. How is the rooftop excluded from the Secret Service or state police security bubble?
That's the same question that I asked. Why wasn't there no security detail there? How didn't they notice, when the suspect went up on the roof? They had to take him time to set up the rifle, to sit here and shoot from that roof. Like, y'all had time, y'all had snipers on other roofs, right? Listen, man, shit wasn't handled properly. It wasn't even done professionally.
I spent about 17 years in the military, just about 14 of which were at Tier 1 Special Operations Unit called JTF2. And a huge part of our job was doing close protection for VIPs up to and including the Prime Minister. So I'm very familiar with the layout of these types of things and what the job should be. And yesterday, what happened, I have no doubts in my mind that the shooter had help from somewhere within an agency, an organization, or the government.
Hello, everyone. If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a return,
yeah, that's a fact. It seems like it. Like, this young boy must have had help, but they're saying that the young boy, worked for big people up there. What was it called? I think if I'm not mistaken, he was working for Blackstone. I forgot. You know how there's 3 big shareholders in the stocks and all that stuff. They got Rockefellers, they got all of them. Blackstone, I think, is at number 1. BlackRock. Listen, man, when I remember the name, I'll let y'all know. Hopefully she mentions it here. And by the way, shout out to the person that sent me this link. Shout out, shout out.
returning viewer, welcome back. If this is your second, third, fourth time watching one of my videos and you are not yet subscribed, we already go together. Okay, make it official and hit that subscribe button. So something happened recently, in case you haven't heard. Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. Trump says he is fine in statement after being escorted off stage during rally. Trump injured in incident at rally. In the immediate aftermath, both conservative and liberal-leaning news publications were suspiciously unwilling to say what happened to Trump. They refused to acknowledge the fact that there was a failed assassination attempt on a former U.S. president. Even Joe Biden wouldn't say the words initially.
President, do you think it was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough to. I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts.
You know what messes me up in the head? How they still asking Joe for opinions when Joe, Joe needs to be somewhere being taken care of right now. Not sitting here trying to run the country, which I don't really think he's running. But anyways, let's go.
So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Are you worried with the security failing
the president stopping?
Following the incident, many low vibrational individuals shared their disappointment that the gunman missed, including Jack Black's bandmate.
Hey.
Trump next time.
I didn't think it was funny at all, and I saw many people on the left who accused Trump of staging this for publicity. Most notably, no one's favorite person, Amanda Seales.
That was more staged than a Tyler Perry production of Medea Runs for President. Pop, pop, pop. Where'd the blood come from?
For the record, clearly this was not staged for publicity. Trump was injured, 2 men in the stands were injured, and 1 man lost his life protecting his family. I would like to give my condolences to the family of Corey Comparator. He was a father of 2 daughters.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, that's why I didn't want to give how can I say it? Well, yeah, it's fake. Well, yeah, it's real. I was stuck in the middle because to me, I was stuck on the part where, damn, it looked like a stage, but then at the same time, could they have set him up? Could his own people have set him up? Could the left side be working with the right side, trying to set this man up and take him out? Because if you go back all the way back and you look at the what they so-called predict of Donald Trump, Donald Trump and his, unaliving. To me, they wasn't predictions. They were warnings. They were telling us what they was going to do if this happened and it went this way. They knew what Trump was going to say out his mouth because Trump has been saying the same thing for years, even way before he became president.
And he was a firefighter. A GoFundMe was started for the family, and so far it has raised over $4 million. His life was real, his untimely death was real, and it's incredibly
And snap, like I gotta say, my condolences go out to this firefighter's family. Like they gotta be really going through it, man. Firefighters really, they're the hard. Like, listen, man, I know that a lot of people be like, shout out to the police, shout out this, but to me, I give a shout out to the real policemen out there that go out there, they protect, they do what they gotta do, they protect and serve. But the majority of the police force, to me, they too happy trigger for me. They out here chasing our urban men in the community, shooting them down. It's a war between them and them. Like, nah. To me, the real heroes are them firefighters, the nurses. Like, those are the real heroes to me. Like, I get it. And the surgeons, those surgeons that are actually save people's lives. They actually save people's lives. They don't take someone's life like if they're a guinea pig or something like that. Because like on some real shit, I've seen and heard some stories of surgeons that are just there, like, I'm getting paid. Like, that's it. Fuck it. This is a good paying ass job. And I know what to do, so I'm here. Man.
insensitive for people to claim that this was staged. Leftists are usually the ones who label anyone who entertains a conspiracy theory a right-wing nut job. So what does that make them? While I don't agree that this event was staged, I do agree that there's something off about it. The more information we get is the more questions I have. And so I want to go over all of the information we have.
Yo, she feels the same way I feel. Okay, it wasn't staged, but there's a lot of shit that doesn't add up, a lot of shit that doesn't make sense, which will make a lot of people think, oh, this is fake, this is not real. But damn, Donald Trump allegedly got shot for real in the ear, and the bull died. 2 other people got injured. So let's make sense of that.
Have so far, and at the end of the video I have a very eerie clip to show you guys of a man who accurately predicted the shooting of Donald Trump 4 months ago. But first, I want to talk about the gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks. As of the making of this video, the FBI says they have found no clear motive for why he attempted to kill President Trump. Crooks apparently had no social media presence despite being 20 years old, which in and of itself is suspicious. We've been told the only social media platform he used was Discord, and the FBI says they didn't find anything incriminating on his Discord account. Also, Discord has since deleted his account following the shooting.
Damn.
So there's that. The FBI has not found a manifesto explaining his motivations. Crooks had no criminal history, no reported history of mental illness, and no one has come forward with any useful information about why he would target former President Trump. One of his former classmates came forward and said that Crooks was often bullied for the clothes that he wore and for wearing a COVID mask. However, a guidance counselor from the high school who says he knew Crooks very well and his sister very well told the Washington Post that that isn't true. Jim Knapp, who worked at Bethel Park High School for 30 years, said he was Crooks' guidance counselor for the last 3 years at the school. He described his former...
Yeah, y'all see how they got so many stories to it? Like, was he bullied? Was he not bullied? That's the crazy part. But then you got a counselor that sits here and does take notes. But, we know school counselors to sit here and lie before. That's why it's so hard for me to, like, damn, I need more and more. Like, I have to sit here and be a detective on this job. Like, I have to really be Olivia Benson right now.
Student as quiet, intelligent, cooperative, and well-spoken. Knapp said he noticed that Crooks spent most of his time with a group of about 5 boys. During Crooks' sophomore year, he would often sit alone in the cafeteria. Knapp said he later learned that Crooks' schedule that year did not align with that of his closest friends. Knapp said he would check in on Crooks and ask if he could join him at the lunch table. In response, Knapp recalled, Crooks would say, "No, I'm okay, Mr. Knapp. I'll just sit here by myself." Then he would return to his phone to play games. The counselor described that behavior as normal for a high school student. Throughout the junior and senior year, he said, Crooks ate lunch with his friends. Knapp said he chose to talk publicly about his relationship to Crooks because of reports that the young man had been bullied at high school, allegations that the guidance counselor adamantly denies. I know for a fact he wasn't bullied in school, Knapp said, because if he were, I would have known about it. Crooks lived about an hour away from where the rally was held.
Now, this counselor said that she knows for a fact that he wasn't bullied in school because she knows for a fact that she would have known about it. Well, we all know what happens in these schools. And we all know how a lot of these counselors, have lied, have said, hey, fuck it. Like, good families have had DHS call to them for no reason, no apparent freaking reason. You got so many people saying that he was bullied, he was this, but you got a counselor saying, man, see, shit just don't add up. Something's off.
He lived.
There's a piece of the puzzle missing.
Lived about an hour away from where the rally was held. He lived at home with both of his parents, who, ironically, are both registered social workers. I say ironically because they're supposed to be trained in identifying like psychological distress or a troubled individual.
Damn. And then, to top it off, his parents were psychiatrists, therapists, and all that. They were supposed to, psychologists, they were supposed to be able to see the red flags. How couldn't they see the red flags? Now, I seen another video where they say that I think the parents tried to call the FBI or the CIA, the Secret Service, whoever they tried to call the police and warn them that their son, what their son was trying to do. Now, the reports are saying that there's no such thing of that. I don't know. Blessings, Miss Genesis. Blessings, how you doing this morning? Blessings, Miss April Showers. How you doing? But let's keep reading.
But they seem to have not noticed that their son was spending an increasing amount of time at the local shooting range where he had a membership, nor did they notice he was building explosives in his room. According to the FBI, when reviewing Crooks' shipping history to the house, they discovered that over the last few months, Crooks had received several packages and some were marked as containing hazardous material. On the day of the shooting, they found an explosive device in his home. They found 2 explosive devices.
So you're telling me that as a parent, you don't know that this is going on with your child, and then you specialize on, you're supposed to be able to tell the signs, see the red flags, but you didn't see it, or you just didn't care as parents. And I'm just asking questions. I'm not here to judge, but I'm just really asking a real honest question. How can a parent not see those red flags? If your child was behaving like this, right? Let me ask y'all parents, if your child was behaving like this, right? And you noticed that there was a whole lot of stuff that was coming into your house, toxic, that could harm somebody, guns, explosives, all this type of stuff, knives. Listen, man, stuff that, that could make your son look or your daughter look like a serial killer. What would you do in that situation if you notice that your son is, showing signs that he's about to go commit a crime, go kill somebody, or do something crazy, maybe do a school shooting? I don't know, go maybe to a Walmart and shoot it, maybe rob a bank, try to rob a bank, try to pull it off. We know that it's not going to be possible, but you never know what these kids got running through their head with the stuff that they see. And I'm trying to find no proper words. Like, this is crazy.
In his car, and in his pockets they found a transmitter to detonate the bombs, presumably to detonate the bombs that were inside of his car, which was parked outside of the rally. One thing that they didn't find was ID. He had no ID in his pocket, no ID amongst his belongings. So you know what they did? According to reports, they ID'd him using DNA and facial recognition. Pardon? First of all, how do you accurately do facial recognition on a person after you shot them in the face? I can't show you the pictures, but they are on Twitter. Secondly, I thought you had to be in a criminal database for them to cross-reference your DNA. Crooks had no criminal record.
I asked the same thing. Listen, man, I know I'm not going crazy. I've asked the same questions. How is this possible? It's like y'all contradicting, y'all going against what y'all call science, right? And then, like I said the last time, when we're born, our DNA is in a hospital stored. Our fingerprints, everything is stored there. But y'all found him through DNA and only facial recognition, right? But there was no data on him anywhere, allegedly. I mean, is y'all hearing this? Where my mouse go? Oh, here we go. I found my mouse. Ms. Genesis says it's a case of the shoemaker's kid walks barefoot and nobody notices. Things that make you wonder, huh? Yo, that's a fact. Shout out to Ms. Genesis one, yo. This situation is crazy.
So how did they already have his DNA to ID him? Maybe someone can explain that to me in the comment section.
I mean, yeah, because you have to search. You have to search, like. But then y'all just out of nowhere, okay, y'all didn't know who this guy was. Y'all took his DNA, and right away, y'all found him. Huh. And so many cold cases out here, right? That just proves my theory on the why is it that certain cases are solved but others aren't. It's not like if, right, they can't go and compare this DNA to a certain hospital in a city or not run it through all the hospitals in every city. I mean, that's what y'all got this type of technology for, right? I mean, you do all this and do that, blah, 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 blah. But in this case, in a matter of seconds, maybe hours, I know I was extra, I was exaggerating. So let me fix that for y'all because people get offended. In a matter of hours, y'all got a match to his DNA. I mean, hey, maybe I'm tripping. Once again, did I go too far up?
DNA and facial recognition. Pardon? First of all, how do you accurately do facial recognition on a person after you shot them in the face? I can't show you the pictures, but they are on Twitter. Secondly,
and yes, they are. If y'all want to go see the uncensored pictures, they're on Twitter, and Twitter will show it to y'all.
I thought you had to be in a criminal database for them to cross-reference your DNA.
Yeah, that's what they say allegedly, right? But we forget that our DNA is stored in hospitals. They really is. All they got to do is just cross-reference your DNA through these hospitals around the area. And they don't find it here. Well, they go to another area, cross-reference your. I mean, maybe I'm stupid, but I'm gonna be honest. Olivia Benson taught me a lot. Listening to her and doing a lot of research based on, how her character was and stuff like that. Yo, I learned a lot. She was a hell of a detective. Like I keep telling people, I wanted to become a special victims unit detective when I was young. And what motivated me and encouraged me was Olivia Benson. Her courage, her heart. Like she wouldn't give up on no case and she kept going. She kept trying to connect the dots. And no matter if they told her she couldn't do this, she went and still did it and proved her point. She showed everybody, no, this is like this this doesn't make sense. Like, yo, Olivia gave me motivation. But, shit happens. Shit happens. It's a story for another time. But damn, like, yo, I know I'm not crazy when I ask these questions. I know I'm asking the right questions. It's just that either people don't got the answers, right? Or they don't know, or they don't give a fuck. They don't care. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse. They don't care. They don't care.
Crooks had no criminal record. So how did they already have his DNA to ID him? Maybe someone can explain that to me in the comment section because I don't understand.
Yeah, that's
unless he previously.
Facts. That's what they say, Miss Genesis. But I love the fact that she has questions just like I do. And she spent hours researching this joint. Like I've only been, looking through articles. I've been listening. So it's not like I've actually sat here. I was like, oh, all right, fuck it. Let me pull everything up on Trump, his case, everything that happened. Let me see what's up with the young boy. Let me go up to the Twitter. Let me go to do this. Boom, boom, boom. No, because I don't got time for that. I really don't. So I love the way she put this together. And then we're gonna look at more videos. We're gonna speak on some politics today. We got Ted Cruz, yo. It was like a little, how can I say, it was like World War III at these meetings that they be having, the senators and the lawyers and the governors and all that. So we're gonna be taking a little closer look at that too.
Voluntarily gave his DNA to the CODIS system. How did the FBI ID him using DNA? And how did they do it so quickly? We knew his identity after an hour or so.
I asked the same thing, but let it be another regular crime. It would take hours, weeks, months. Even somebody else said it. Oh, it's going to take months in order for them to figure out what was happening, what's going on. But no, in hours, they were already putting stuff out there, especially on Twitter. But I'm crazy, so let this shorty still be crazy. All right, let them think I'm still crazy.
Houseway.
Just so keep me alive.
You know what else the FBI said they found amongst his belongings? They said they found a receipt for Home Depot, a receipt for a 5-foot ladder that he purchased from Home Depot, and they say that
Miss Genesis funny. Nah, I'm trying to really stop cussing because I do notice that I got the younger generation, So I'm trying to lead by example, even though it's a little hard with the cussing. I can lead by example with everything else, yo, for real. But it is just that, it's crazy. I just did 3 lyrical poems on how I see certain elders on this YouTube, right? And I didn't curse. So yeah, I got to keep repeating myself. Like, I don't got to cuss. I don't got to cuss for everything. Because I want to lead by example. Listen, man, I owe my daughter like $1 million. And I'm broke. I ain't got it. I'm like Tasha K. I ain't got it. For real. I'll be looking at my daughter like, I'm sorry, baby. I know you want to be rich, but I ain't got it. You can't become a millionaire off of me. You have to work for that one. Because I was trying to be a millionaire before I had y'all, but shit happens.
a receipt for a 5-foot ladder that he purchased from Home Depot. And they say that was the ladder that he used to climb the building and access the roof. I'm not a ladderologist, but how the is that a 5-foot ladder? The math is not mathing. You're telling me that building is 5 feet tall? Who works in there, hobbits? Just to confirm, I'm not crazy. I went to the Home Depot website. I selected the one in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yo, I'm dead because she not lying. That means that the building was just 2 inches taller than me. I'm 4 feet 11. I'm 4 feet 11. Listen to what these people are saying, yo. She said, who works there? Hobbits? That means that the building is 2. I said 2 feet bigger than me. No, man, shit. This shit's 2 inches bigger than me, yo. 2 inches bigger than me. I'm 4'11". That means the building is a little taller than me. Like, that's serious. Like, shit, my baby pops would have to, like, he would have to bend over, crawl to get in that joint to work in there. And then when he get in there, what's he going to do? Hit his head in the ceiling on the first floor? Or go through the fucking first floor to the second floor with his head as soon as he stands up? Because I'm 4'11". He's 6'2" and some change. Oh, shit, what the fuck was working in there, hobbits? Oh, my God. I'm trying not to cuss.
And I filtered for a 5-foot ladder.
Yo,
a 5-foot ladder has 4 steps on it. When I filtered for a 10-foot ladder, I found this ladder, which was identical and has the same number of steps. So he did not use a 5-foot ladder. That's a lie. Now you have to ask yourself, why would they lie about the fact that he bought a 5-foot ladder? And if they're willing to lie about something that is so fucking obvious, what else are they lying about? So you're telling me he transported a 10-foot ladder in a Hyundai Sonata and no one noticed? Like, is the car even 10 feet?
Yo, Miss Jen, this is what got me geeking this morning. Yo, she said your daughter gonna come for your YouTube check. She gonna pull a Cardi B. Shit, I don't get paid for this. I don't get paid. I'm broke. We're gonna go to court. Her daddy gonna be the judge. I ain't got it. So if you want her to get some money, go get it, daddy. Go get it. I'm gonna be like Monique. For the first time in my life, I'm gonna call him daddy like that. I'm like, daddy, you wanna pay it? Go ahead, daddy. Go work. I'm gonna pimp you out. Let me pimp you out for a second, daddy. Go get that moolah for our daughter. Hurry up. She want that guap. All that money. Yo, I run the household. I run the household. They do what I say, even though they run me. Yo, I'm dead with Miss Genesis. She gonna come after all my money. I'm telling you, yo. I can't tell her what I make or nothing because she gonna be telling, yo, she good at math. She be chumping me on math. Miss Genesis one is not wrong though. Like, yo, as soon as she sees me grab some money, she come for that John. I'm glad it's only be a couple dollars though, like that I be having in my hand. Cause whoa.
That he bought a 5-foot ladder. And if they're willing to lie about something that is so fucking obvious, what else are they lying about? So you're telling me he transported a 10-foot ladder in a Hyundai Sonata and no one noticed? Like, is the car even 10 feet long? If you were to transport a 10-foot ladder in that car, you would have to have the trunk open. That's pretty noticeable. No one noticed that. And so
Yeah, right?
he then parked his car outside of the rally, removed a 10-foot ladder, carried a 10-foot ladder.
So now it's 10 feet. First it was 5 feet. Now it's 10 feet. What the fuck is going on? Yo, I can't. You know what? What in the world is going on?
All the way to that point and set it up and no one noticed? According to news reports, this is not me saying this. This is Fox News and CNN. They said he bought the ladder the day of the rally. So you're telling me he carried a 10-foot ladder in broad daylight from his car all the way to that building and no one noticed? It's impossible. Unless he has access to an invisibility cloak, someone else helped him. Mind you, this building, the one he climbed on top of, was a law enforcement command center. And there were 3 counter snipers inside of the building while he was doing all of this.
And it makes no sense once again how he didn't get caught. But see, there's also other reports and other videos surfacing where people were warning the police. People were, telling them like this is happening. So what happened? The FBI and Secret Services just decided to stand by and let this happen? Because this young bull, with the warnings that they were given, shouldn't have been able to pull off any shot, any whatsoever. None, no shots. But he still pulled that trigger and grazed Trump's ear, unalived a firefighter, and injured 2 more. Let's make it make sense. So were the feds and the Secret Service in it?
And none of them had been ordered to secure the roof. They all stayed inside of the building and they looked out the window towards the rally. And when the director of the Secret Service, a woman named Kimberly Cheadle, was asked why they didn't station any counter snipers on top of the roof, she said the reason was because it was too steep and she was concerned for their safety. Pardon?
Oh,
they were
shit.
standing on it after they shot crooks and they seemed fine. And what about these snipers who are stationed on a roof with a steeper slope? One officer.
Yo, that's why I'm saying, like, these people say they didn't think about this. They did not think about this. And what's crazy is, God is really, I guess God's wings is protecting Trump. This right here is showing that there is something good about Trump. A lot of people might have been wrong about Trump. Like, I mean, me personally, like I tell people, Trump, to me, he was a businessman / celebrity, then, / president. He didn't become a senator or a governor. He wasn't a DA or none of that. Like, it's just crazy, but I don't know. It's like they put Trump in there with, I don't know. I thought that a lot of the presidents used to be, like senators and mayors and stuff like that before they became president. The shit is different. But shout out to him because he made it far. Like, listen, man, I ain't going to hate. I ain't got shit to hate on. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm glad he made it this far. Like, but he didn't want to become president. So I'm a little like, But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I don't know what y'all think. Like, it's a little hard for me to come up with a conclusion right now because I am still doing research, but that ain't gonna stop me from giving my opinion.
Officer that was inside that building says that he saw Crooks walking around on the ground, and at that time he was empty-handed. Crooks was checking out the roof and then he left. Crooks then returned to the building, sat down, and looked at his phone.
Funny,
at this time, one of the snipers that was inside the building noticed, and he took a picture of Crooks, but he did not confront him. Crooks then took out a rangefinder and began using it to choose a spot to shoot from. At this time, the same sniper who had just taken his photo saw Crooks using the rangefinder, and he radioed to a command post about Crooks' suspicious behavior, but still no one confronted him. Crooks then left again and returned with a backpack. Secret Service snipers again alerted their command post about Crooks' actions, but still they didn't confront him. Why? This kid was...
It makes you feel like they had parts. Like, that these people do this, that they were the ones that staged this shit off. And what I mean by stage it off, like, that they staged this off to pull this little failed assassination attempt. Like, the more and more I hear about this, like, it's crazy. I wish I could show y'all every video, but I can't because that would take me forever.
Was as discreet as the lip filler in Kylie Jenner's lips. You can't miss it. The Secret Service literally watched him step by step prepare to assassinate the president, and they just sat there radioing each other and texting each other pictures like, "Hey, do you see that suspicious guy? Yeah, I see him. Okay, yeah, I'll keep an eye on him. Okay, yeah, me too." These guys were as useless as a 90-year-old security guard at a bank. He's not going to prevent a robbery. He's just going to be another witness. That's what these guys were, another witness. Several people at the rally saw Crooks climbing up the ladder onto the roof, and they notified law enforcement.
We noticed a guy bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle.
That's why I told y'all there's video surfacing of people speaking up that they were trying to tell them that there was a guy up in the roof with a rifle, and they ignored it. So here's my question. That they set Trump up. Were they in it? Were they, one of the reasons why he wasn't almost here? Because shit, right now, Trump is like 50 Cent. Many men wish death upon me, Lord. Like, for real.
And the police were like, "Huh, what?" Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, "Hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling." I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is...
So they ignored all the warnings. That to me tells me that they knew what was going to happen. They knew it. They're trying, Trump. See, we need to pray for Trump. Trump need to, man.
Trump's still speaking. Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. Next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
This photo shows the building he used to get a vantage point of the rally.
That's a good question, Miss Genesis. Hey guys, the link is up there. Anybody that wishes to come up and have quick discussions with a shorty on any of the videos, y'all more than welcome. Y'all can come up, give y'all opinions, talk on it, talk with a shorty about it. Like, that's what we here for. Let's do this. Let's talk about it. Like, yeah, like, I know people got more opinions and more questions, just like a shorty do. Each one teach one. We just here, to teach. to bring awareness to, you know, learn from each other. Like, we're not here to hate on each other or bring anybody down. Like, we here to really, you know, speak about these topics, try to bring solutions to the table. And I want to give a shout out to everyone that has come up to the, you know, round table and has talked to a shorty and has actually tried to bring solutions. And when I say tried, it's because a lot of people don't want to hear it. But like I tell people, hey, listen, man, the door's right there. Just make sure the doorknob doesn't hit you with a good Lord split you. Because we're here for solutions. If you not, hey, there's a table for you over there.
Was approximately 130 meters away from the stage. There's also this photo which shows him moving around on the roof. This photo was taken by a counter sniper at 5:45 p.m., 26 minutes before Crooks opened fire on the rally. Milk Bar TV put together a real-time compilation video. This video syncs together angles of the event from different people's perspectives, so you can see just how much time the Secret Service had to neutralize the threat, but they didn't. Take a look.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something to say, take a look what happened.
I hope he's turning this way. Be careful.
What are you doing?
What's that?
As you can see in the video, the snipers had their guns focused on Crooks, but they didn't shoot until he shot first. Why wait? Maybe it was incompetence, or maybe it was something more nefarious. Now, here's where we go down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole. There were other rooftops nearby that the Secret Service failed to secure. Is it possible that there was a second shooter either on the roof of the community center or on the water tower, and Crooks is just a patsy?
Sources were...
Yo, you see, she has the same questions that I have. Look at and observe it and everything. See, she took 30 hours to watch these videos. I've been watching them little by little as the days go. Because, like, I mean, example, I could sit here for an hour or two and I'm like, all right, this is my time. I want to know what's going on. Let me see if I could crack this. I got to spend time with my kids. I got to spend time with my fiance. And then I got other things to do. So it's kind of like, so this is something. These are things that I could only do on my me time. And my me time is limited. It's like right now, this is my me time. And I chose to come on this, John, and, you know, talk with y'all about this. And y'all more than welcome to talk with a shorty. Like, you know, like, hey, we could talk about it. Like, this is the only time that I could, you know, when y'all see me on here is because I'm able to do it. If I'm not on the live, yo, listen, I'm not able to go live because I got a real life out here. I don't get paid for this. But it's fun, you know, like when I'm doing my, you know, when it's my me time, I want to come on here. Like if I want to react to TikTok videos, man, I can come on this John Gold, hit the live button and react with y'all. Like, I choose to do that. I love to hear, you know, my subscribers' opinions and other people's opinions. And a lot of the people that have hopped on this panel have had really good opinions and really good, how can I say, solutions. And an opinion is an opinion. Like whether it's a good one or a bad one.
Were telling me that Secret Service identified the bullets being fired.
There were other rooftops nearby that the Secret Service failed to secure. Is it possible that there was a second shooter either on the roof of the community center or on the water tower, and Crooks is just a patsy?
Sources were telling me that Secret Service identified the bullets being fired, which came from about 488 yards away. Yards, not feet, yards. Yesterday, another source brought me some great information showing that the Butler Gymnastics Club is precisely that same distance away, about 488 yards away. This is all from a vantage point facing the stage where President Trump was located, the Trump stage. Thomas.
Yeah, that's right. Like Miss Genesis is run. I mean, right now that I think about it, that bullet should have did more than just graze his ear. Like, yo, Trump was really protected because it's crazy. That bullet should have really tore his ear up. Like, he should have a hole in the middle of his ear, real big. I don't know.
Crooks roof location and Butler Gymnastics Club line of sight. We contacted the Butler Gymnastics Club today, waiting for a response from them because right now they're closed for the summer on Saturdays. So even if that part doesn't compute, we now have 3 separate eyewitnesses who have now confirmed moments after the shooting they saw shots being fired from another location, the water tower direction, in the same line of sight as the Butler Gymnastics location that we showed earlier. So multiple now eyewitnesses saying that they saw shooters from another location, bullets fired from the water tower. Watch.
Hit the ground, and he kept standing. I was like, you got to get down, boy. You got to get down. They're going to shoot you. Because if they would have had like a machine gun, they could have taken us all out. So then we laid there for a while. We saw different places where the gunshots were at. And then they got President Trump down, Secret Service did, and they took him out of there and got him off of the stage. And he was bleeding. And so then my son and daughter-in-law was back behind us, behind the fence. And we was worried about them. We couldn't call them. And so we started trying to get after them then when they finally let us out. And they had been right by the fence where the other shooter was. There was one I heard in the water tower. There was one by the fence.
Shooter shot to the left. He killed a gentleman in the water tower here. Now, when I called my husband at home, who's watching TV, he said, I thought Trump hurt his ear when he went to the ground. But he said, no. On TV, they showed before Trump hit the ground, the ear was bleeding. Because now they feel that there was 2 shooters on both sides. So they got the one on the tower on this side, but the one on the right side, they never got. So that's why they went.
See, I asked that question when I saw the video the first time. I said it, and I was looking at the map, but I thought I was tripping. Like, where they were saying that the shooter was standing, it makes no sense. I thought that the cameras were being mirrored. It made no sense, because if he was on this side, how in the world did he get shot on this side? Then they got a video of him surfacing, pulling a Hassan Campbell, where they put the patch from his ear on the opposite side. Man, oh my God. See, I don't want to say that this is fake. Because why? Because y'all do know that if this man is actually oofed, that will start a whole civil war. It really would. Miss Genesis makes a good good point. A great point. Like, why that bullet, the way the force of that bullet should have knocked his ear, blown it off, or he should have like a hole deep, big in his ear. Damn. Miss Genesis is making a great point. So this takes me right back into the rabbit hole, and I'm trying to do more research, because why would Trump want to fake this? Why would he want to, shoot himself? See, it's like every question, every time I question it, just brings me to more questions, because it's like, this is crazy. Let's listen.
No, on TV they showed before Trump hit the ground, the ear was bleeding. Because now they feel that there was 2 shooters on both sides. So they got the one on the tower on this side, but the one on the right side they never got. So that's why they wanted us to leave immediately, because they thought there's still a shooter out there somewhere.
And maybe that's why they waited, because if they killed Crooks too early, then the real sniper wouldn't have a fall guy. This information, of course, has not been proven, but is certainly within the realm of possibility. And I believe it's worth investigating, especially with everything we know about all of the various alphabet agencies and questionable assassinations of other political figures, such as John F. Kennedy.
And that's a fact. And that's why I'm trying to figure out what's going on, because I don't want to sit here and then the world collapse around me, and I'm trying to, figure out why, like a whole dummy. No, we got to figure out what's going on. Because see, what y'all fail to realize, right? And for a lot of people that won't want to hear this shit, if shit goes to the left, they're going to implement that martial law. And that's something y'all don't want. Man, y'all better start waking up and start really paying attention to this political shit. That's why my focus is not as much as to the presidents. My focus is more towards the senators, the lawmakers.
Kennedy and Robert F. Kennedy. And speaking of questionable things, and questionable assassinations of other political figures, such as John F. Kennedy and Robert F. Kennedy. And speaking of questionable things, there is another clip that has many people asking questions. A woman at the rally was standing behind Trump and appears to have been bracing for something before any shots were fired, and she seemed quite unfazed.
Watch this, dude. Watch. Watch. She sits down. Yep. Watch this.
If you want to
Puts the sign up.
something that said, take a look at what happened.
Shots go off.
She's completely normal. And then watch.
And then she's got her.
What the fuck? What the fuck? People are freaking out.
And she's filming.
And she's just like right there.
And there.
But she was already ducking before everybody else. Hold on. She was already ducking. Maybe I'm tripping. Hold on. Maybe I'm tripping. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping, all right? What just happened?
It said, take a look at what happened.
Shots go off.
She's
been bracing for something before any shots were fired, and she seemed quite unfazed.
Watch this, dude. Watch. Watch.
See?
She sits down. Yep. Watch this.
Everybody's standing up.
Puts the sign up.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
Shots go off.
Look.
She's completely normal. And then watch.
And then she's got her.
What the fuck? What the fuck? People are freaking out.
And she's filming.
And she's just like right there.
And there's this clip of a Secret Service agent talking on his headset while they are escorting Trump into a vehicle. The guy then points his gun at Trump for a moment, and then he puts it down. Another piece of information.
Yo, what the fuck? He really did point the gun at Trump. Hold up. Wait a minute. See, they trying to set the man up.
There.
And there's this clip of a Secret Service agent talking on his headset while they are escorting Trump into a vehicle. The guy then points his gun.
He's pointing his rifle right at Trump in the car. I'm listening, man. This is crazy.
At Trump for a moment, and then he puts it down. Another piece of information that has surfaced, which has caused suspicion about Crooks, was an appearance he made in a BlackRock commercial. If you're not familiar with who BlackRock is,
BlackRock. I knew I was right. It wasn't Blackstone, it was BlackRock. All right. So I was right. The young boy was working for them.
And what they do. This video will explain it.
There's a good chance you've never heard of BlackRock. Founded in only 1988, in less than 30 years, this American financial firm would grow to become the company that owns the world, managing assets worth $6.3 trillion.
They will become the company that owns the world. Y'all want to hear that again?
Good chance you've never heard of BlackRock. Founded in only 1988, in less than 30 years, this American financial firm would grow to become the company that owns the world, managing assets worth $6.3 trillion. And that's just the beginning. BlackRock has also developed a software platform called Aladdin to perform risk analysis for its clients.
Facts, Miss Genesis. Yo, I peeped a lot. I did peep a lot, yo. I peeped a lot. Miss Genesis says, what about the old boy behind Trump just relaxing while Trump ducked? He's Secret Service. Yep, let's go back real quick. So y'all can see what
Watch
Genesis
this,
is
dude.
saying.
Watch. She sits down. Yep. Watch this.
If you want to
Puts the sign up.
something that said, take a look at what happened.
Shots go off.
Yo, she knew it was
She's
coming.
completely normal. And then watch.
And then
she knew it was coming.
What the fuck? What the fuck? People are freaking out.
And she's filming.
And she's just like right there.
And there's this clip of a Secret Service agent talking on his headset while they are escorting Trump into a vehicle. The guy then points his gun at Trump for a moment, and then he puts it down. Another piece of information that has surfaced, which has caused suspicion about Crooks, was an appearance he made in a BlackRock commercial. If you're not familiar with who BlackRock is and what they do, this video will explain it.
There's a good chance you've never heard of BlackRock. Founded in only 1988, in less than 30 years, this American financial firm would grow to become the company that owns the world, managing assets worth $6.3 trillion. And that's just the beginning. BlackRock has also developed a software platform called Aladdin to perform risk analysis for its clients. It receives sensitive data from banks, insurance companies, and other important institutions. Through Aladdin, BlackRock has insights about the management of financial assets worth another $20 trillion. BlackRock also has shares and voting rights in many of the biggest European companies in sectors such as energy, oil and gas, transportation, food, and of course, finance. Governments and central banks invite a BlackRock subsidiary called BlackRock Solutions to audit them and to provide advice about the management and rescue of banks. Yet at the same time, BlackRock is often a major shareholder in these same banks. In other words, the company often sits on both sides of the table. BlackRock Solutions gets privileged access to highly sensitive information that could be valuable to BlackRock itself. In January 2018, BlackRock's founder and chairman, Larry Fink, sent a letter to all of the CEOs of the companies BlackRock is invested in, asking them to do more than deliver financial performance and make a positive contribution to society. So BlackRock not only owns the world, it also wants to save it.
The most damning piece of evidence that has come to
Yo, that's crazy. Like, yeah, that's a fact. But it's crazy how the young bull is connected to one of the biggest companies in the world. Stockholders, shares, banks, all that. He's connected to that. Like, allegedly, he was working for that company. But why would BlackRock want Trump out? Why would BlackRock want Trump out? If anything, Trump will help them and they would benefit even more. I don't know. It's crazy.
light.
Oh snap! I was gonna say facts, Ms. Genesis. Y'all, I saw that part where the Secret Service chick pulled her gun out. Like, if she couldn't even put that joint back, I'm like, how the hell you don't know how to put that? Yo, you'll be dead. Like, you wouldn't be here. You'll be offed. Look how long it took her to put that gun back in her holster. Yo. I'm not saying I'm going to show it now. We're going to continue on the video now, though.
That indicates the elites knew about the plan to assassinate Trump can be found in the stock market. On July 12th, the day before the Trump rally, an investment company called Austin Private Wealth LLC bought 12 million put options of Trump Media and Technology Group Corp. This type of investment indicates they anticipated something would cause a drop in the value of DJT stock, something like the assassination of Trump. Since this information has come to light, when you go on the AustinPrivateWealth.com website, they have this notice. The SEC filing, which showed that Austin Private Wealth shorted a large number of shares of Trump Media and Technology Group Corp, was incorrect, and we immediately amended it as soon as we learned of the error. No client of APW holds or has ever held a put on DGT in the quantity initially reported. The correct holding amount was 12 contracts or 1,200 shares, not 12 million shares, as we filed in error. How convenient. It could just be a coincidence, but right. An astonishing coincidence it is. The FBI insists that Crooks was a lone shooter. They investigated his vehicle, they investigated his home, they took his laptop, they took his cell phone, and they have unlocked his cell phone, and they say they found no useful information. They are still...
Appreciate you, Ms. Genesis One. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in and showing the shorty support.
Analyzing
his... That's how you rewind it? I mean, fast forward? Oh, now I know. I was trying to do that the last time.
His laptop, and I predict they will once again tell us they investigated his vehicle, they investigated his home, they took his laptop, they took his cell phone, and they have unlocked his cell phone, and they say they found no useful information. They are still analyzing his laptop, and I predict they will once again tell us that they found no useful information. But I want to end this video with this very eerie clip. A video featuring a man named Brandon Biggs has resurfaced, and this video was uploaded to YouTube 4 months ago. And just listen to what he said.
He said there's going to be a new wave of patriotism coming out. And that's whenever I saw Trump, and I saw a red wave coming out of Michigan. And it was being birthed, and it just kept spreading like fire all throughout America, all throughout. And I saw Trump rising up, and then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame, and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. I'm talking, people say he's saved now, but he becomes really on fire for Jesus, for what I saw coming. I saw him winning. the presidency through great. The Lord showed me it would go clear into the summer. Great persecution would come on him through the judges and through the law and all these people trying to sue him and all this stuff. But there would be a stop to it, and there things would start to break free come toward the fall. And then I saw him winning the election through the Patriots coming out and voting, and then there will be a great economy crash. Yeah. I saw they had a great economy plan, a crash, worse than the Great Depression.
Some people say it was luck that saved Trump's life, and some people say it was divine intervention. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section.
Yo, shout out to Neezy Social. Yo, if y'all haven't subbed up, make sure y'all go sub up. You know, great topics and stuff like that. We're about to talk. We're about to hop on the topic of politics and stuff like that. Yo, it's crazy, man. Like, this whole situation is super crazy. I don't, words can't even explain. I'm really stuck because I'm still doing my research. Like, there's so much stuff out there. I would love to hear what y'all gotta say, whether y'all catching the replay or y'all coming into the chat. You know, let us really know what y'all opinions are, what y'all thinking, how y'all feel about the situation. Like, yo, I can't believe this shit, man. Well, I can believe it. I'm not shocked what happened. This has been talked about for years, but damn, it's actually happened. But there is going to be a part 2 of this live. But right now we're going to hop into the subject of politics. We got Ted Cruz. I mean, let's go into the first video real quick. Hold on. This is going to be the first video right here. All right. So we got Ted Cruz. And it was like World War III on these meetings. Here we go. Got it. All right. So Ted Cruz. This video was uploaded by Caitlin Crochet. Shout out to Caitlin Crochet. I hope I said her name right. Caitlin Crochet I feel. And it says, room completely silent after Cruz Kennedy exposed Biden's nominees. Shocking radical writing. So, yo, Ted Cruz has been coming at a lot of the at a lot of Biden's nominees. So let's hear what he's got to say about a couple of them. I got like 3 videos up here, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to play all 3 videos, maybe 2 of them. I got 4 videos actually of this meeting. So we're going to check out this first meeting, and I would like to hear what y'all got to say. I'm going to give my opinions, my perspectives, what I think, how I feel. Like, we're going to react to this video. Like, after everything that's been coming out about the Democratic Party, right? Do y'all still pick sides? Because I never picked a side. Like, for a second, I thought I was a Democrat because, I guess because everybody was voting Democrat. That's what I've seen. A lot of people vote as I was growing up. But then what's crazy is, shout out to Kwame Brown, right? Because when I got on his panel trying to, speak on the situations that I was trying to fight for, like my putting cameras in the schools and stuff like that, like he made me think about a lot of stuff. And I was being hard-headed. I was going back and forth with him because I thought I was right. But nah, he was right about a lot of things. Like, these parties, these political parties got us so divided to the point we can't even see it. Because why are you a Democrat? Why are you a Republican? Did you choose because you did enough research and you know why you're voting for these people? Or did you choose to become either part of either party because, you think that this party is for whatever it believes in, what you believe in? Or, I can go about this in so many ways. Like, did you choose to become a Republican or a Democrat because you wanted to? Because, all right, I know this is happening, this is going on, or did you choose blindly because of other people around you? And I think a lot of people choose blindly. but it was going down. I didn't get to watch all these videos, so I am going to be reacting. It's going to be my raw reaction with y'all. So let's listen to what is happening in these political meetings. I don't know if a lot of y'all seen this. I know a lot of people did. Some of you may have, some of you may have not. But hey, it's time for us to start, hearing, seeing, and talking about what they're talking about behind our backs. Like, we should have a say-so too, because it's we the people. But see, people are scared to stand up. People are scared to speak up. That's the part that confuses me. Like, damn, we really that brainwashed, that manipulated, that we can't speak up for ourselves? The changes and the differences that we want?
Chairman, Judge Ketsubai, I think your fellow nominees owe you a debt of gratitude, because many Biden nominees have been extreme, but your record is so far out of the mainstream that you have attracted virtually all of the questions. I was particularly intrigued by your statement to Senator Blackburn that you said you are not, in fact, a Marxist. And then you said, and I wrote it down, I have not praised Marxist ideas. Now, as you know, in law, there is the fact of evidence. And so let's go to something you wrote, an article that is entitled Centralized Property Theory, in which you wrote, it begins, it's on the front page of your law school newspaper. You write, quote, intimate knowing, the lovers kissed, familiar and ever exciting, passionate transcendence. Beyond the physical exhilaration lies a burning light in our limbs, our hearts, floating, flying, falling in every direction, amorphous and wonderful, time-stretching, space-curving, exquisitely explosive eros. And yet I timidly tremble every time. Now, somehow this is about property, which is not immediately evident as to why, but later in the article you write, you say, property is not simply a relationship between an owner and an object of ownership. Property is primarily a complex relationship between people and secondarily regards the objects people exploit. Historically, three paradigms have dominated European notions of property. Locke appealed to the notion that labor points to who has the right to exploit property. Bentham relied on utility to dictate who has rights based on how the property is exploited. And Marx,
damn, Ted Cruz, you reading her whole book?
Was plainly disgusted with the alienation that property imposed and its establishment of an us and them and haves and have-nots. Each theory alone denies important components of human experience. Among them are the ability to work, the need for personal privacy and boundaries, and uniquely diverse desires which spin us all in differing life directions. However, the process towards integrating all three may provide a framework for relationships that enhances each unique self. The aspiration towards intimate knowing, the intimate knowing of oneself and others, is a creative struggle towards redefining property. What the hell does that mean?
Hey, yo.
Senator, when I was preparing and reviewing my materials and, for this hearing and for the process, I also have to admit that that writing was far from clear or articulate, and the poetry was definitely not good. Now, Senator, I don't make.
Do you believe we need to have a creative struggle towards redefining property, which is what you were advocating for?
That was something that I wrote 30 years ago, Senator, and in the course of just exploring law school and the ideas that came with.
Okay, so your flirtations with Marxism were 30 years ago. So let's go more recent. In 2020, you gave a speech entitled Reflections on Equity and Privilege, and you said, quote, first, the world is wide enough for all of us. Privilege derives its power from the belief in scarcity, scarcity of money, natural resources, food, and power itself. The desire to control it all drives privilege. I want to suggest to you that equity, the idea of equity, rejects this model of scarcity. Now, that's Marxism in 2020. What did that mean?
I've never considered that to be Marxist, Senator. It's the idea that equal access, and in the context of the work that I do here.
So there is no scarcity. There are no property rights. Equity gives everyone an entitlement to each other's property. Is that right?
Not at all. And in the context of the work that I do on the bench, Senator, when you look at my record for all of these 16 years.
All right, so I'm trying to listen and pay attention so I can understand, so I can give, a proper response, because it feels like this man right here, Mustafa Tacker Kasaboy, he wants everybody to have equal rights. Like, I guess what he's trying to say is, right, if I'm owner of a property, right, and somebody else comes and lives in my property, they have equal rights. No, I'm the owner of the property. A tenant in my property does not have the same rights as I do as the owner of this property. But they have their own rights, right? Because they're renting my property. Like, there's no equal rights. I'm the owner of this property. And if I'm renting, this tenant has to, abide by my rules. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but let's keep listening.
You will find that I have upheld the Constitution and our case precedent.
Okay, well, let's turn something else you wrote in the Wisconsin Women Law Journal. Again, this is your writing. The name of the article is Destabilizing Power and Rape, Why Consent Theory and Rape Law Has Turned on Its Head. You cited Professor Catherine McKinnon, who argued, quote, sexuality itself is a power web in which heterosexual relations per se are infused with violence and control, and, quote, most intercourse is rape. Now, her views are extreme, and yet, and when Senator Blackburn asked you about them here at the hearing, when you want to be confirmed, you try to distance yourself from them. But here's what you wrote in the article. You embrace those views. You wrote, quote, I employ the view that rape is sex in order to focus on the significance of consent in rape law. The Sex Act is a violation per se without consent. In order to properly align the consent doctrine in rape law with consent in other areas of law, non-consent must be presumed. Do you believe that is a mainstream view, that heterosexual sex is rape?
Senator, in that article, I was exploring different ideas and theories.
Hold up. Heterosexual sex is rape. How in the world? Man, listen, man. Yo, the people that we don't put into office, because people don't listen. Y'all sit here and vote for the presidents, but y'all forget that we got governors, senators, mayors, and stuff like this running into office. DAs. Yo, I could just run this damn list down. And this is what goes into office. Why? Because we, the people, have gotten so comfortable waiting for them to give us what it is that we need, when we should be standing up and fighting for the things that we need.
And I was employing the hypothetical that you've just described to try to tease out a particular issue with respect to consent. With respect to your last question.
So you also quoted Professor McKinnon, who wrote, quote, sexuality is to feminism what work is to Marxism. Let me ask you again, what does that mean?
Senator, I was summarizing different theories that people were presenting, so that way I could explain them and then employ an analysis with respect to the issue of what consent was in the context of sexual assault back in 30 years ago.
I think your views are far, far out of the mainstream.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, because this man over here, the options that he was given, he was saying that consent between a heterosexual man and a woman is considered rape. Like, and then he couldn't sit here and give an explanation on the things that he was saying. He was making excuses for them.
Chairman, Judge Kasabai, I'm looking at an order you issued as a magistrate judge here, requiring the use of pronouns in your court.
He a judge. That's who they
do you require the use of pronouns, the declaration of one's pronouns in your court?
Senator, that may be referring to perhaps a trial management order or a scheduling order of some kind.
Yeah. No, it's a statement. You issued it. Here it is.
It's an invitation for people to identify their pronouns and or their honorifics.
Well, I'm looking at your requirement that you issued to all people in your court. you say, quote, when you introduce yourself in a meeting, you should say, my name is Judge Blank and my pronouns are blank. Is that right?
Senator, those were not requirements or rules. Those were suggestions and
That was suggestions.
Those were suggestions and invitations for people to use.
And you also, in your directive, you say.
So he was trying to say that it was okay to say that you're blank. All right, fuck it. I could be a woman, but today I'm a kangaroo. You could be a man, but today you choose to be Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles. I mean, you could be a little boy, but you choose to be, I mean, I don't know. Listen. Okay, so he's one of them judges that approves of that. Ah, okay.
Quote, I'd like counsel to introduce themselves, giving your full name and your honorific, such as Ms., MS period, Mix, or Mr., not Mrs. And if your client will be making an appearance, I ask you to please introduce them to the court by giving me their full name and their honorific, such as Ms., MS period, Mix, or Mr. End quote.
What the fuck is a mix?
Is that right?
Senator, it's not a directive. Again, it's an invitation for people to introduce themselves.
Invitation. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm looking at an article and from the Oregon State Bar Bulletin from May of 2021. And I want to read one of your quotes. Quote, we have to set aside conventional ideas of proof. Let me say that again. We have to set aside conventional ideas of proof, you said, when we are dealing with the personal and interpersonal work of equity, division, and inclusion. As a judge, I can appreciate the challenge of employing a different mode for understanding truth than that which most lawyers are accustomed to in our work, end quote. Did you write that?
That is a quote from that article.
So when we're dealing with equity, diversity, and inclusion, we should set aside conventional ideas of proof. Is that right?
In the larger context of interpersonal and personal relationships, the idea of being able to have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah, but you didn't talk about a conversation. You said proof.
It's in the context of having a conversation with somebody about the issue of their background and their experience.
When the issue is equity, diversity, or inclusion, we should have a different set of proof. Is that right?
When it comes to the space in which people have interpersonal relationships with one another, the idea of respecting and dignifying each other with their experiences is an important part of.
So all issues have one set of proof, which has been handed down by our state Supreme Courts, our U.S. Supreme Court, except you think we ought to have a different set of proof when equity, diversity, and inclusion are at issue. Is that right?
In all of my years on the bench, Senator, I have applied the law, the rules of evidence, the case precedent.
Have you? Because we know, man, I've been seeing a lot of judges been getting fired or getting put away, put in jail because, you know what, it's turned out y'all been a little crooked. Y'all been saying y'all following the law, but y'all been breaking that, John. The government likes to cheat you, but they don't like when you cheat them.
Let me move on. I'm looking at the notes you gave us from a speech you made in February 7, 2020. It's entitled Speech Reflections on Equity and Privilege to the Oregon Blacks in Government. You wrote, quote, white, male, straight people allow privilege to remain in place, close quote. Did you say that? Did you write that?
Without looking at the specific speech here.
You turned it in.
Well, if that's on the piece of paper, Senator, then I have no reason to disagree.
You also wrote, quote, privilege is incredibly similar to narcissistic personality disorder, close quote. Did you write that?
Yo.
Without looking at everything in the context of that statement, it appears correct.
Okay. You wrote, quote, the identity of Muslims also need to be normalized in a country that is so deeply Islamophobic. phobic. Did you write that?
Senator, I did. And what I'd also like to clarify is that in the context of my work on the bench, I have treated everybody equally without regard to their
I'm
background.
sorry, I just want to get through this. I'm going to run out of time. You also wrote, quote, I am disappointed about the way in which the founding fathers of this country perpetuated inequity, close quote. Did you write that?
In the context of the issue of slavery, that was something that I'd been considering.
Yo, what's crazy is, right, he's catching a whole attitude because he can't admit to the stuff that he wrote. And this is what I'm saying, like, people, it's not hard to do our research before we go out here and vote, but that's the problem. A lot of us ain't voting. We're not going out here to vote for the senators. We're not going out here to vote for the mayors, the governors, or these judges that get put into office. It's right here, baby. Like, and if we don't go out there and vote for them, they automatically pick them. They automatically pick these people. And I've seen it for myself. I'm in North Philadelphia, Hunting Park area, right? And when it's time to go vote for the mayors, the senators, the judges, the governors, and all that, nobody's there. But when it's time to go vote for the president, yo, all these little places with polls and all that stuff are packed. But y'all forgetting, it's the legislators that puts in these bills and these laws that they want a president to sign. Come on, man. When is we going to wake up? When?
Your notes you gave us from a speech on May 17th, 2023, does race matter? You said, quote, does race matter? Hell yes, close quote. You know that T-shirt at the Saturday markets, the one that says something like love, see no color, and it has all the colors of the rainbow all over it, and it's like a tie-dye shirt. Well, the first time I saw it, I said, how sweet. Then I got angry. If love doesn't see color, then I don't have allies, close quote. Did you say that?
Yes.
So love gotta see color, sir, huh? Why does love gotta see color? Yes, baby. We have something, all right? I got you. So basically, this judge right here is a racist son of a bitch. He only sees colors. Huh. See, these Biden nominees, people should have did their research before they went and voted for Biden. Like right now, Trump is showing the guy that is going to represent him, and then he's calling this guy, and then he's calling that guy. Well, yeah, Trump is calling his nominees. I'm doing my research on them. But I'm not going to vote for either one of them because I don't want either one of them in office.
And that was to explain that the work of equity is to help understand where people are coming from, not to ignore who they are.
And you also, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Can I have 30 more seconds? Judge, you seem to be obsessed with race and sexuality. I mean, you even go so far as to say that when race and sexuality and diversity and inclusion are at issue, we need a separate standard of proof in the United States federal judiciary. How are litigants going to be able to trust you?
Senator, that's not what I've said. There is no different standard.
It's bigger than Dallas. I read it to you.
When you look
turned in these documents, I didn't go looking for them.
When you look
proud of
it. As anyone who reviews my record on the bench,
I have
thousands of cases.
I'm going to let you finish responding, and your time has expired. But go ahead.
The rule of law is an absolute for me. The work that I have done on the bench over the last 16
That's not what you say.
the work that I've done on the bench.
But that's not what you say.
Judge, finish your sentence.
The work that I've done on the bench in ruling over all the people's cases that have appeared in front of me from all backgrounds, of all faiths, you'll find that I have upheld the rule of law and upheld the precedent of our Constitution and our Supreme Court and the Ninth Circuit.
Well, if this chairman would give me time, I could go through the cases and prove that that's not the case.
Senator,
I just don't see how you can be a fair-minded judge.
Yeah, I say the same thing about a lot of these judges, but the people, we the people don't want to put in the judges that we think should be in place. We don't. And like I said, once again, they automatically get picked.
We're also informed by looking at your records and reading your writings. And Judge Casaba, I want to come to you because as I looked at some of your readings and writings, your decisions, you seem to have an affinity for Marxism. And in a 1994 essay, you criticize the concept of private property. And I'm going to quote you here. You argued that, and I quote, property incites rebellion, end quote. And this is one of the many positive statements that you have made about Marxist approaches and Marxist policies, Marxism. And, President Reagan, as I was reading some of your things that leaned toward Marxism, I thought of President Reagan's comments when he said that the March of Freedom and Democracy would leave Marxism on the ash heap of history. And that's exactly where it belongs, because Marxist regimes, as of 2023, have been responsible for the deaths of over 100 million people. So it disturbs me when I see this leaning to Marxism in your writings. So a yes or no question. Are you a Marxist?
No, Senator.
Okay. Will you right now disavow the tenets of Marxism that you have praised in some of your writings?
Senator, I have not praised Marxist ideas, and I would disavow any other system than that which is than that would have be supported by our U.S. Constitution and our laws.
I appreciate your
guys, 1
comment,
second,
but
please.
sir, in your writings, you have given the opposite opinion. But you've also made a number of concerning statements regarding sexuality and the disempowerment of women. Specifically, you've aligned yourself philosophically with a professor who has espoused the disturbing views that all heterosexual relationships are per se infused with violence and that all sexual acts should be viewed as rape. Not only is this view wrong and offensive, but also, and perhaps more importantly, it undercuts the important work that is being done across this country to empower survivors of sexual assault. When you say that all sexual acts are rape, you delegitimize and silence women who actually are victims of sexual assault. So how can women possibly trust that they will be treated fairly in your courtroom given your disturbing views on the subject?
And that's the same thing. I did a upload not so long ago about I think it was Judge Kentika Brown, something like that. And she did the same thing. They was giving these predators lesser fines. Like, why are they doing lesser time? Why, instead of, like, you are the judge, you could sit here and give them 30 years on that crime that they did, but you sat here and gave them months or parole. And there's a lot of judges that do that. And guess what? She was another one that Biden handpicked.
Senator, law review article to which you're referring, I believe was published, I wrote in 1995. I did not align myself with those ideas. The law review article summarizes several different
We're
theories in
familiar
philosophy.
with the article. Do you regret citing these very concerning statements?
Senator, the description or summary of these different theories is not a subscription to or an attestation of the
Do
validity
you
of.
denounce the view that all women are per se disempowered by our system?
I do not ascribe to those theories that I was summarizing in that article. And I would also turn to my years of serving on the.
Well, you are one of those judges that I guess that disempower women. Like 4 years of this way of thinking has set our nation back 50 years. And that's a fact. Like these people, these judges that are in place, a lot of them are set in the dinosaur era when dinosaurs used to roam. Like, yo, we got so much more freedom now that we don't even know. We keep thinking that, I don't know, listen, man, we need to stop dwelling on the past. And what I mean by that is that our ancestors, right, they sacrificed their lives, right, to leave us a message, to show us the path. And a lot of us has picked up on it and others haven't yet.
The bench and treating all people fairly.
Let me move on. I've got 30 seconds. I also was troubled by your involvement as the prosecutor in the Gonzalez case. Mr. Gonzalez was arrested for allegedly raping a 12-year-old little girl. The FBI eventually reviewed the media seized from his home and identified horrific images of child sexual abuse. The sentencing memo that you prepared, oh, this is for Mr. Smith. Your sentencing memo, you outlined Mr. Gonzalez' heinous crimes. The images that were found on his phone were created in his home, in his own bedroom, with girls as young as 10 years old. And they found out he had parties. He would offer them illicit substances. He would then abuse them. And he did this multiple times over a 15-year period of time. It started in 1997, and still with all of that information, you went far below the guidelines. And in fact, for this repeat child abuser, you recommended a sentence of just over 10 years. And he had done this to kids for 15 years. So why did you do that?
Thank you for the
Great question. Great question. Why are these judges giving these predators lesser time? See, yo, we need to speak about this. We need to talk about it. We are the people. Why aren't we fighting this? Why aren't we speaking on it? And when I say fighting, I don't mean riots. I don't mean none of that.
question, Senator. I do recall the case of Mr. Gonzalez. That was a case that I believe I was assigned when I had just started in the office. I recognized immediately the seriousness of those offenses, and I believe.
But you're making excuses, right? That's what you're about to do, is make a whole bunch of excuses on why you only gave him 10 years when you could have gave that man 30, 40 years.
I had Mr. Gonzalez prosecuted within a month or so of my having been assigned the case. When I make sentencing recommendations in court, especially as a new prosecutor in the General Crimes Unit in the Southern District of New York, I make those sentencing recommendations.
Okay. Well, the court rejected your recommendation. They went above you to 15 years and then gave him an additional 10 years of probation. This is something that is terribly concerning to me. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yo, it's crazy everything that's happening. Like we got to start becoming more aware of the people that we put into office. Like, I hear so many people say we the people and they use that word so much. But if it's we the people, why aren't y'all getting up? Why aren't y'all fighting for our rights and what we gotta do? So disconnect this. How you playing that game? I don't know how to deal with the volume and stuff on this game screen. My daughter is playing a damn Roblox. That game is so confusing. It gets on my nerves, y'all. But like I was telling y'all, what do y'all think we could do? Because something has to get done. These judges are taking advantage. They doing what they want in these courtrooms, right? They'll say here you can have a ticket. They want to sit here and give you 20 years. But a predator walks in their room with all the evidence that they got, with everything that they got, and they'll let them walk free. They'll just give them some probation, maybe 2 years. No, I'll give them the time that they. And then y'all wonder why people want to do street justice. These are Biden's nominees. Those were Biden's nominees. We're going to do a part 2. I got 3 more videos to react to and another Trump video in a little bit, but we're going to react to like maybe a couple TikTok videos, and I'm going to get off this John. I'm going to make it 2 hours, and I'm going to get off this John because I'm going to get my day started. Like, the stuff that's happening is crazy. People don't want to talk about it. It's going to keep happening. People ain't going to make a stand. And I'm saying that because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people don't care about what's happening to them. You know what people care about? A lot of people just care about what the celebrities are living right now. If they can make more money than the next person. Without realizing, we need to be more united than everything. And when they say it takes a village to raise your child, it doesn't mean, you just abandon your child and let the village raise it. No. Man, a lot of people need to wake up and smell the coffee. But what we're going to do is we're going to react to some TikTok videos.
You drinking 2%?
We're going to react to some TikTok videos. We're going to have this at the 2-hour mark. And we're going to do part 2 later on. But I want to thank everybody that has, showed up, rocked out with a shorty, talked with a shorty, gave their opinions, reactions, and much more. Shout out to all of y'all. But the rest of the time, we're going to play some TikTok videos, and then we'll do part 2 later on, all right? Let's play the first video.
You drinking 2% milk? Please pour it out. Stop drinking from other animals. You not no fucking cow. Whole milk is worse. That shit is full of saturated fat. If you see your mama pick this up, then tell her put it back. Don't ever pick up soy milk. That shit is GMO. It causes all kind of health problems. Let that unhealthy milk go. 1% skim milk. Hot. They say the fat is lower. Keep drinking from cows and watch your mental speed start getting slower. Almond milk is good, right? Sorry, that is bad too. Dr. Sippy said it's cyanide up in it. Damn, it's true. Stop drinking oat milk. It causes diabetes. I thought it was good too, but nobody ever teach me. Rice milk? Hell no. Please throw that shit away. Silk milk? Hell no. I am screaming dairy cake. Flaxseed milk? Hell no. If you drink this, please go pray. Arcus, please tell us what's the best milk that we can drink. Coconut milk, of course. Walnut milk, of course. Hemp seed milk is the best because your cells will get nourished. What milk do you drink? It better not be from no animal. Send us to unhealthy milk drinkers. Tell them to let it go. You drinking 2%?
Yo, shout out to Young Boy. Yo, he been out here doing his research. He put that John in a little rap. Yo, that John was catchy. People been drinking. Let me check the comments real quick. People been drinking cow milk for years and have lived to be 80 plus. I drink Lactaid. I'm not listening to nobody that says nobody teached me. Me eating a bowl of Fruity Pebbles with whole milk while watching. So what the fuck I'm supposed to eat in my cereal? Water? That's nasty, yo. It's nasty. But everything that we're hearing is like you might as well cancel everything. Like, we might as well start our own farms, grow our own fruits and veggies and stuff like that. Like, because you can't trust these grocery stores and these companies no more, yo. At this point, everything is bad for us, including the air we breathe. I'm tired. I'm gonna keep drinking my almond. I don't give a fuck. Almond milk is nasty. Listen, man, I don't know how can people drink almond milk with cereal. Like, that John is already like super sweet. Even if is that no sweet one, that, like, what is it, the sugar-free one, whatever it is, that John's even more nastier. Make your own almond milk. Bro dissing on all the milks. What am I supposed to drink? Water with the cooler? Shit, I don't know. Fuck. But I don't drink milk no more because I don't eat cereal no more. I used to drink and eat cereal. I mean, I used to eat cereal with milk when I was younger. A lot.
I got a question for the parents. When did our households switch from a dictatorship to a democracy?
Hey.
Danielle texts me while I'm at work and put a hit out on my son. She said,
Oh, I'm dead. Yo, okay. Yo, let me hear what this daddy got to say. I'm cracking the fuck up. This angry got to go somewhere. Yo, Danielle, I guess his wife. Yo, wait a minute. He put a hit on my son. I guess she called them to whoop her they son ass. I like how that bull said that, yo. Danielle, she calls me to put a hit out on our son. Like, damn, y'all guys ever, put it into them terms? Like y'all wife or y'all girl, y'all baby mom, whatever y'all want, to call her. Some of y'all, whatever. We're not gonna get into that. But have she ever called to put a hit on y'all son? Let's see what he gotta say.
I got a question for the parents. When did our households switch from a dictatorship to a democracy? Danielle texts me while I'm at work and put a hit out on my son. She said, your son is being disrespectful and you need to handle that when you get home. She didn't even explain to me
why he twists his neck like that. He really did the whole swirl, the neck and everything. Like he pictured his wife talking. His baby mom, his girl, whatever.
For the parents, when did our households switch from a dictatorship to a democracy? Danielle texts me while I'm at work and put a hit out on my son. She said, your son is being disrespectful and you need to handle that when you get home. She didn't even explain to me what he actually did, but like any good hitman, I just text her back and said, no problem. So I hop in the car on my way home and immediately turn on Crime Mob. Nuck, if you buck, why? Pumping myself up for the upcoming discipline that I gotta pass down. Still don't know what the boy did. I pull up to the house, hop out the car like I'm a gangster, and I immediately head to the boy's room. Tell me why this boy up in there playing the game, online with his friends. So of course this made me even more mad. I get to raising my voice. You got a lot of nerve playing the game in here after disrespecting your mother. Danielle obviously heard me and she immediately runs downstairs. She run down there and I'm still hot. I'm unplugging games, raising my voice, causing typical trauma that he gonna sit on his therapist's couch and talk about later. She then taps me on my shoulder and says, can you stop screaming? I handled it. I used to try to talk myself out of whoopings when I was a kid back in the day, and it never worked. I don't know what type of voodoo these kids are using on their mothers today, but it's working. Long story short, I don't know what happened. I just know my blood pressure is raised and I'm gonna have to take it out on somebody tonight. Danielle, get ready for a whooping.
Danielle, get ready. You gonna be like Lucy Ricardo from I Love Lucy. Ricky, no! Lucy! My bad. My daughter got me connecting her to the damn Bluetooth. All right, let's go on to the next video.
What good, baby girl?
What, Patty?
How you doing?
Oh, hey.
Damn, are you okay?
Why the fuck I almost just break my neck?
I don't know. You just landed in there. Feet so hard.
I'm gonna try this again because you got me fucked up. Walk in my car. Why the hell the seat back like this? You know I'm 5'5" on a good day. I ain't never been tall.
He said I'm 5'5" on a good day. Why he got his hair like that? Somebody said on the damn comments over here, that anyone else hear her say Michael Jackson? Yo, wait for it, man.
This nigga tall as hell. This shit is all the way in the back. What's going on? This nigga leaning back. What was you doing with a nigga when he was leaning back like this?
I don't know.
What was you doing?
I don't know.
Yo. A couple things I can think about you doing like this.
My daddy was in that seat.
What? Hold on. I think. Hold the fuck up.
What are you doing?
Your daddy is not 6'3". He's 5'11". Hold the fuck up.
How did you get up on the damn car?
This nigga got on the
nigga
roof
6'4", 250 and wear size 12 and a half. What the fuck wrong with you?
He became a whole detective like that. Yo, CSI.
Oh, hold on.
What that mean?
This
you got me
nigga.
fucked up. You been fucking with a big ass nigga. I am a little compact nigga. I come in a small container. What nigga has been driving in my car? I can't drive like this. I can't even reach the steering wheel. Shut up. Why are you talking? Why are you saying anything? This is a serious subject.
He either wants he either wants her to answer the question or not. But right now, at this moment, he heated. He feel like his shorty seeing somebody. He got short man syndrome right now. He got short man syndrome. She like, my daddy drove the car. Don't lie.
Real hot in this shit. Who been in my car? What? Say another word. Say another word. I swear to God, say another word. Who's been in my car, Mocha? Who's been in my car, Mocha?
I just really.
Just say, don't say nothing. I know somebody been in my car. This nigga has a fucking 12-foot wingspan. Tall ass, giraffe ass nigga driving my car.
Yo, 12 ass giraffe nigga driving my car. He is tripping. The new comedy show name is Who Drive My Car? My man do thorough research and investigation, NT the measurements. And this new Kevin Hart, he is asking and don't want to hear anything. I just said that. I'm like, he just keep asking questions and cutting her off. It's to say another word for me. 5'5" on a good day. How the fuck is he 5'5" on a good day? I mean, I don't know. This guy is not playing. He should have worked for FBI. I'm 5'5" on a good day. Shit. I'm 4'11". I might as well say I'm 5 feet on a good day because it depends on a sneaker. I could actually be 5 feet. Like, damn. And he wears a size 12 and a half. How the hell he know what size the bull was wearing a sneaker? Like, get the fuck out of here. I saw the measuring tape and immediately thought Inspector Gadget. I'm dead. Inspector Gadget. Her face expressions and then him being dramatic. Yes, listen, ladies. I hope y'all never have an emotional man like this. But shout out for this skit, yo. Shout out to whoever came up with this skit because they funny as shit when another man drives your car. Damn.
Can we please stop telling people, well, that's still your mom, that's still your dad, that's still your brother or sister. Toxic is toxic, whether it's family or not. You have a right to walk away from people who constantly keep hurting you. Listen to that again.
Tell him, Mohit. And that's a fact. Like, that's something I talk about a lot. Like, I tell people, man, look, when I hear somebody say, oh, that's your mom, that's your dad, okay, I understand that. Listen, I don't have a problem with you trying to give a young boy, a young girl some advice, trying to get them, to straighten up, right? But y'all got to also understand, like, there's a lot of broken families out here. Like, there's a lot of moms, there's a lot of dads that are drunks, addicts. Listen, they're not really a part of their kids' lives. Like, some of these kids out here just want to get rid of the toxicity and just move on. Like, for real. Some of them are just tired. Like, damn, I'm raising my mom or I'm raising my dad, and they're supposed to be the ones parenting. They're supposed to be the ones taking care of me, but it's the other way around. And they're just little kids, right? And they get to an age where it's like, all right, fuck it. Like, they get fed up, they get tired, and they probably start lashing back. So even in my situation, I heard it my whole, that's still your mom. Oh, that's your aunt, that's your grandma. Look, listen, man. It's like I was a grown-ass woman when my grandma walked into my life. She walked into my life when my mom passed away. And I didn't know her. So don't tell me to respect the lady that didn't earn no respect. And especially when she comes on this John demanding and doing this, like, lady, who are you? Did you once say, how are you? Did you talk to me? Have you ever called, say how you doing? Is you okay? I love you. None of that. So at the end of the day, look, man, just because they family or just because they're friends, don't mean that they got to keep them around or they got to stay around. Nah, you throw anything that's toxic away. Anything. Like whether it's family or friends, if they not good for you, leave it right where it's at. Leave it in the past. Throw that shit in the trash like yesterday's newspaper. You don't need nothing toxic in your life. Especially when you're someone that's trying to, move on and better yourself. Let's go on to the next video and let me see what my shorty wants. I'm gonna see what my shorty wants, but on the meanwhile, I'm gonna play a song real quick. They don't talk about us only when there's a crime. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that in this world, with or without money, we're all rich, even the poor? The problem is those that say that I'm reaching out to give a hand and stay they leeching hands is itching, ready to see you missing. Well, I think I went to write. Something inside me told me I can freestyle or I can rap. I can go with a rhythm that can make you dance. Tell you what I say on a daily, tell you everything's okay just to avoid dilemma. Or I can simply bring you something positive to the table and warn you of the ongoing problems that we're having. Instead, I have to reach out to my conscience once again as I watch the crime and the violence rise and the kids lose their innocence. Now, the concept of forming a home day by day loses its essence. They don't want to hear that. I can't keep my arms crossed in front of the system. If I don't do something, I'm also part of the problem. As guilty as the one that pulls the trigger, like the person in the crowd that hits the record button on their phone to expose a lie instead of the truth for clout. They need 1,000 views. The government doesn't have a solution. The problem started when we took God out the equation. The problem ain't us celebrating. The problem is that we're a nation divided when we should be a nation united and praying. That's how we live today. When problems occur, we come up with a meaning. Laugh a little, move on with no care in the world, as if it ain't even a thing in this world. If it's like this today, I don't want to see the future. Because nowadays, they'll make a meme out of a person that can't even see the day of light no more. What makes you think they care? They can't even break bread at the table. I don't know how you want to be rappers and lyricists can go on with life, living on an illusion with nothing good to write. Talking about killing someone, selling drugs with pride, until the scripts are flipped and it's someone you love dies. Right? This ain't solved by activating the National Guards and going behind bars. This is deep. This is me and you. And they say as time pass by, we'll heal everything. Shit, you know these scars? I seen time flash by and never feel everything. Leaving me on standby, ready to kill everything. Alone in the mirror, looking at myself, say, girl, you're everything. You don't need for anything, shorty. So unless you walk a mile in my shoes, don't say anything. Just take a minute and listen so you can consume everything. Me and you are not the same, so make sure you look both ways when you cross me, and that's on everything. All right, y'all, let's go on to the next video because I got like 5 minutes left.
They've been telling us since 1950.
And what year they made this movie? It's in black and white. I remember, I think I reacted to one. If it was not the same video, I think I reacted to this before. It should have been out, but it's here. It says they have been telling us since 1950 history. Now stay. Young boy, smart as shit. Yo, that's a young Malcolm X right there, yo, for real, man. He said travel around, then you'll see how free they are. Shit, he's speaking facts. If y'all go out and walk different communities, different hoods, then y'all will see y'all will see what's really going on. Pay attention, listen to the people around you. Yo, young boy smart as shit. He said do animals need passports? Yo, young boy smart. Yo, this was in 1950. I think I'm related to you, young boy. Me and you the same way. Not a chance. No, you're gonna hear what I gotta say. Speak up. Yo, young boy. Shout out. 1950. Damn. People ain't even, it's true. Everything he said is true. Like, yo, pay attention. When we travel, can you leave your city or your state without a passport? Be real. Can you? I think the only way you could do it is through what? The train, and not even. I think when you reach a certain point, you have to show a passport. I'm talking about when you're leaving the city or the state. Not the city, the state. He made some great points right there, young boy. And we got a lot of young boys like this nowadays too, but people don't want to listen to them because they're young. Oh, you too young. You don't know what you're talking about. Like they used to tell us when we asked questions, right? A lot ain't really changed, but a lot has changed. And don't let that go over your heads because I'm dead serious on that. A lot has not changed, but a lot has changed.
Okay, so the government had to have dropped the ball, or the world leaders, because people are saying that CERN messed up the timeline. They definitely did. Richard Simmons been unalive, y'all. Richard Simmons died years ago from a wardrobe malfunction shooting a video. I will never forget this. So since that is the case, this is what I think has happened.
All right, so before I let the video continue playing, do y'all remember when Richard Simmons died? Does anybody that catches the replay, anybody that's watching, anybody in the chat, Do y'all remember when Richard Simmons died?
Just like Donnie Darko. Picture a rubber band is the tangent universe. Okay. So the tangent universe is the rubber band completely stretched out. Over time, as it's shrinking, this is symbolic of letting go of the rubber band and allowing it to snap back into reality, hyperlinking back into its timeline. The problem with the snap is if you don't fix what you need to fix in that tangent universe before time runs out and you snap back into your reality, well, you snap back all of the damage you did and you destroy your universe as well. Now, what I think we're accidentally doing is we've arrived at the tip of the spear. So we're breaching the pinnacle of technological innovation. We got some things going on that I'm guessing people just aren't ready to know about. And most people they're never really ready. But bottom line, I think they shifted timelines and now they need to course correct humanity's energy. If you really think about, this is what y'all need to see. The food recalls, the water recalls. We got new animals popping up.
They're not new animals. I mean, I wish people would wake up. Like on that part, I'm going to sit here and be very honest. I've been doing my research. You know, the people that show these videos, they be like, oh, a new animal surface. And they're not new animals. They've been around. We just ain't hear about them or knew about them until probably recently that we seen some. But these animals that people are saying that are new, no, they're not. They've been around. I mean, unless you're talking about them hybrid things that are popping out, them experiments that they're putting out here, then, I agree with him.
Supposed Leviathan, bro. They want to get rid of the Federal Reserve. They want to get rid of the FBI. They want to get rid of food protective. Don't this sound like an alternate universe, bro? So, in order to create peace, they needed a blood sacrifice, a blood ritual. The thing with these rituals, you don't actually have to take people's lives. They usually do that to silence people so they don't snitch and give other people the juice, right? This is how you control the power, keep it in the family. You don't trust this imbecile over here. We gotta send you on your way. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's about. But I think that Trump was the blood ritual to course correct the energy of the planet in a more positive direction, in a more unified field. I think something that they're doing, it became a runaway train. Whatever this experiment is that they're doing, guys, and now I'm talking to Big Brother, you guys need to stop messing stuff up. I don't know how long y'all think y'all can get away with this, but bro, eventually, I don't think y'all can actually destroy this place. Whatever this is, life, I don't think y'all can actually destroy it. But y'all could actually make it way harder than it has to be here on Earth. By messing with this technology that y'all messing with. And that's just how I see it. Richard Simmons supposedly just dying recently is the biggest red flag I have ever seen in my life. I know for sure he passed away years ago.
Somebody in the comments said Richard Simmons been gone 10 plus years ago. Has anyone seen Dark Shadows? I see them all the time now.
For sure. So that's crazy.
Well, not wrong. So if somebody's saying that Richard Simmons recently died, they tripping because he has been gone for 10 plus years. Let me see. I knew I wasn't going crazy because my mother was alive when Richard Simmons died, which has been 22 years. They're playing in our face. Yeah, that's why I'm like, damn, I heard about the bull. Like, damn. I can't remember when, but I know he ain't recently passed away. It's like them saying that Michael Jackson just passed away yesterday. Imagine that one.
What's good, y'all? If you drink any of these drinks right here, you are a walking red flag. Let's get into it. First up, we got Taylor Port. Now, Taylor Port is more consumed by women, at least from what I see. I ain't gonna hold you. But
from what I've seen, Telesport is consumed by both men and women. So I don't know where you going with this, but all right, let's listen.
Times out of 10, if a woman is drinking Taylor Port, she one of them type of bitches that'll leave her kids with you and just disappear. Go to the club, you don't even know sis like that. She left her kids with you, met her for like 2 days. You know what I mean? She one of them type of bitches.
So he's just coming at women, huh? That drink Telesport. I guess he don't like women that drink Telesport. I guess.
Straight hood rat activity. She probably a part-time gangbanger. Next, we got Amsterdam, but not just any Amsterdam.
Amsterdam is nasty. I don't know how people drink Amsterdam. I really don't. I don't like it at all. Fuck the really part. I don't like it.
Pink Whitney. Now this shit right here is another one consumed more by women. Now if a lady's drinking this shit right here, she's on demon time and she's gonna bug the fuck out. She's gonna start crying, doing all kind of crazy shit. Bitches that drink this shit right here, they twerking 1 minute, the next minute they fighting, pulling a bitch wig off. They straight wildin'. Unpredictable motherfuckers that drink this shit.
I don't know.
Right
I've
here.
never seen a
Bum
I don't
ass
know.
liquor. Ever lost some money or anything like that in your
But it sounded like he had a rough time with women though. Like I guess all the women that he was with were alcoholics and they had a certain type of drink.
crib and you had a feeling that it's this certain bitch right there that's in the crib, she helping you look for it and all that, you find out she the one that stole it. That's the type of bitches that drink Pink Whitney.
Yo,
next we got
bad
E&J. Now E&J is for them old school bum ass niggas that stuck back in the day. Them niggas that stuck in like the early 90s.
That's fucked up. Cause a lot of my old heads like drinking E&J. Damn, don't be bashing my old heads like that.
90s and late 80s. Them type of niggas, they drink this shit right here. They get drunk outside with this shit too. 9 times out of 10, the nigga that drink this shit is bald. I'm not gonna hold you. It's a bald black nigga that drink this shit right here, sitting outside of his car with the doors open, playing music.
Being an asshole.
Preferably Jadakiss. Probably gonna argue you down about Michael Jordan being better than LeBron, but we don't give a fuck. E&J is definitely one of them liquors where you just bug the fuck out, you straight wilding for no fucking reason.
But I've seen both men and women like E&J, and even in our generation, I've seen them. So like, I get it, but I don't know. I'm guessing he's talking about the people that he's had bad experiences that were drunks with.
And poked up 2 niggas' paws, you done push somebody grandma down the stairs, like just straight wilding for nothing, and you don't remember none of it. This shit is definitely demon time liquor right here. Bum ass shit. Next we got Crown Royal. Now Crown Royal is more so of a woman's drink. I've seen women drink it more.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen a lot of men drink Crown Royale. So I mean, Crown Royale. How I just said that shit. Crown Royal. Like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of men drink this too. So both sexes drink Crown Royal. What's your point?
And the men. But I will say this. The women that I did see drink this shit are diabolical. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Most likely, they are not from where they lived then. They moved from somewhere else, preferably the down south area, and came up to the city that they in now, drinking this shit right here. The
He's
girl
just
that drink this
bashing
shit is
women.
most likely the one in the background of the whole little twerk circle and shit. Like, it's like 10 bitches in somebody's living room, and she's the one in the background screaming, hey,
Oh
hey,
my God.
doing all of that extra shit, swinging a shirt around and shit, smacking the other bitches' asses. By 10:30, this bitch is trying to les out with the other girls. Straight wilding. And by 1:30 in the morning, that same girl that was trying to les out with her, they outside squaring up in front of niggas' building, and the neighbors is calling the cops. Anybody that drinks this is definitely diabolical.
He said anybody that drinks this is definitely diabolical. Damn D, I've seen you drink Crown Royal a lot. Be careful, man. He says that people that drink Crown Royal be on demon time.
Down to the last 3. Next, we got Diet Henny, Paul Masson. This shit right here is automatic.
Did he just say Diet Henny? Paul Masson? I didn't know that Henny had a Diet Henny. I thought Henny was just freaking Henny. I never forget my first time drinking Taylor Port. I drink Taylor Port when I don't want no hard liquor. I used to know someone who was carrying those little Fireball bottles. All right, everybody's talking about Taylor Sport, but this Paul Masson, I could have.
A bum ass liquor. You a bum ass nigga if you drink this shit. Only bum ass niggas and bum ass bitches drink this shit right here. All the niggas you see drinking this shit is yellow eyed, stink breath ass, like don't brush their teeth in the morning, but they ready to drink type niggas. Straight alcoholic bum ass niggas drink this shit right here. I'm not gonna hold you. Women that drink this shit right here, 8:30 in the morning, popping the motherfucker open, drinking that shit. Insane, B. The same niggas that'll drink this shit right here is the same niggas that'll steal from you. Straight like that.
Damn.
I'm the same type of niggas that'll keep the change on store runs so they can have enough money to get some Zai. Straight up, bum. Next.
And I think he's talking just about the alcoholics that made his life hard, because I know a lot of people that drink around me and they all got their preference of liquor and they don't act the way he act. I mean, he's saying they act.
Next up, we got Fireball. No real nigga in their right mind
shit
drinks this
nasty.
shit right here. You gotta be like completely down bad. I mean, like straight up bum to drink this shit right here. You know it's bum ass liquor because they got this shit in the fucking corner store, B. This shit be in the Ops and the fucking and the Poppies, bro. Why the fuck is this shit in the corner store? Any nigga you see drinking this shit right here is a 100% do bad. The type of niggas that drink this shit is a motherfucker that's on disability.
What's a do bag? I mean, anybody that catches this, let a shorty know what a do bag is.
But the nigga chilling on the block all day just getting drunk. Nigga got a few of these in his pocket. Just pulling them out. Pulls. Like about 5 of these motherfuckers in his back pocket. I'm not gonna hold you. That nigga is a bum. Walk away. Red flag. Last but definitely not least, we got Georgie. Anybody that drinks this shit right here does not give a singular fuck about their well-being, bro. This shit right here is
That it says that it's some type of vodka, and I'm not into vodka unless it's Alizé. So, that shit gotta go down harsh down your throat.
complete and utter dope head liquor, bro. You are a crackhead if you drink this shit straight like that. You don't care about nothing or anybody. Like you would like crash out at the drop of a dime. Straight like that over anything. You don't give a fuck if you drinking this shit right here. You drink this shit right here, you are fighting demons. I mean some real live demons, nigga. Niggas that drink this shit will get on the train and just ride the train aimlessly with no destination, just looking for trouble, grilling niggas, starting problems for no fucking reason because they want to fight. You see this shit in anybody's hand, man or woman, but more so a man. Run the fuck away. Go the other direction, cross the street, stay the fuck away from that nigga, because that motherfucker is a red flag walking. 100% bum ass nigga. What's good, y'all? If
Everybody was a nigga, yo. Shout out to the boy, man. It seems like he had a lot of problems and a lot of issues with people that, drunk a lot and they had, their specific type of liquor to drink. Shout out to him, y'all. I mean, a lot of issues, especially with women. He was bashing a lot of them. Like, damn, that crime roll, y'all. I've never seen somebody get tore up off of it. I don't know. To me, it's a light liquor, but hey, to each his own. I'm about to end this live, y'all. I want to thank everybody that showed up, showed support. I'm gonna do part 2 as soon as I get a chance. So thank you to everybody that rocked out with a shorty. Till next time.